million army. He said, no, I meant to say 5 million. They said, well, there is no, there's no country in the world with 5 million army. What is wrong with you, this man, right? He made the same job. You know, something that people said is actually the early stage, the symptoms of dementia and what have you. So Tifnumbu confidently told people that permanent voters card in Nigeria would expire. And guess what? The Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Almajiri is in the room. The Honorable Agberos and Agberoses and Mrs. and all of them. They actually clapped. Permanent voters card. Your next president says it can expire.
Take one family member, 2 family members, knock on all doors, and make sure that new registration, because they may not announce to you on time, the PVC you have has expired. Yes. Yes. You need to spread it around in various local government wards and levels, no matter how difficult it is. To me, I look at it closely, and you look at other elections being held, you see that it's diminishing because those cards expired, and they didn't. It's mandatory that you go and register and able to vote and achieve your aspirations. Yes. May God bless you and bless Nigeria.
Okay. So imagine, people who are in that room, they say, yes, now, it expired. My own expired, because Tifnumbu is talking. Those are the people that will ask, that will tell you that you don't know what you are talking about. You see, that thing is a sign of dementia. You know what I mean? Before it becomes acute, an old man, which greed and whatever you could want to call it, greed, they say not greed and avarice or something. Yeah. But people don't see that sign there. He confidently told them their permanent voters card they are holding has expired, and they believed. Because Abosi ni gbogbo it is called Abosi, Ojuaye, Asha Jeun. Let me tell you something. The day that Tifnumbu declared that he was going to run for president, some people from that day, they know that automatically they are going to, if they are not millionaires already, they are going to reach their own millionaire mark. I mean, the million mark, because this is like a money mood. Everybody will do everything to tell you Tifnumbu is this or that. Trust me, Abosini Gbogboe, because of their stomach, is all hypocrisy. They are sitting down with a sick man and they are projecting him to be president. It's not because they love Nigeria. Of course, it's not because you love Nigeria and you liala tenuje. Look at Tifnumbu. Permanent voters card. Expiring permanent voters card. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. And meanwhile, some of you claim to be educated. That's a sick man. Well, shut up your mouth. Are you God? God is good. You see, that is why when you elect criminals, when you champion them because of what you want to eat now, what they are going to give you to chop, right? You sell your destiny, this destiny of your children, everything that could probably make life better for you. When you finally sold them, then you turn around and start saying, God, why? God, why? God, why? Why? Have I not served you well? A demented man is telling you permanent voters card expires, and educated people in the room, they say yes. And one jamba.
Take one family member, 2 family members, knock on all doors, and make sure that new registration, because they may not announce to you on time, the PVC you have has expired. Yes. You need to spread it around in various local government wards and levels, no matter how difficult it is. To me, I look at it closely, and you look at other elections being held, you see that it's diminishing because those cards expired, and they didn't. It's mandatory that you go and register and able to vote and achieve your aspirations. May God bless you and bless Nigeria.
This is it. May God bless you and bless Nigeria. The same thing, oh, Sakama and Jay. How many of you have seen the pictures of Jide Sanwo-Iku's visit to America to go and bring 2 coaches that they are going to put on the mini track they are building from mainland Lagos to where, I don't even know. And they said it is going to cost them 45 billion. Now, here is what people are saying. They're like, if the 45 billion that Sanwo-Iku want to use to get those used coaches from America, that may be a good thing, like compared to the ones from China, the Dakudaji push and starts that you have. However, they say this particular train has been in use for somewhere around 15 years. So when they got it, it was about $59 million. Okay? I don't know how much that is back then. However, after using it for almost 15 years, they are about to sell 2 of their coaches. They want to sell them to Lagos. In fact, they've made a deal. And from what we heard, Lagos had to go and borrow $100 million to make that deal. All right? Since election is coming in 2023, anything that it will take, how much is 45 billion? Forget it. Lagos get the money. I'm going to tell you more about that after I get Sowore to please take us further when it comes to their plot towards 2023. Something he was speaking on before the line cut off. So, Show is back. Hello, Show.
Yes, thank you.
Very sorry that we continue to have this issue with the network. Okay, so we were talking about the actions of Nigerians towards the same people that brought them this same calamity. Talking about 2023, and you were expressing your disappointment that why would people say reject Tinubu, support Oshibajo, and you wanted to go on talking about the 2023. Go on, please.
Yeah, I mean, part of what they are doing is making 2023 about just them. And one thing that I believe and I know that will eventually happen is that Nigerians will make sure that 2023 or whichever time this liberation comes, because I don't like to put a date on them, will not be about them. It will be in spite of them. So, and that is, but they're trying very hard. You can tell that Tinubu is trying very hard. Oshibaji is trying very hard. I haven't heard about Tiku these days, and I think maybe Jonathan has realized that the boat has left, and then he's kind of like called himself to order because he was actually recruited to also come and run. And he was playing a game also on the ground with them to get his money, some of the money they stole back from the Buhari regime before the regime leaves. And they've given him up to the end of January, early February to join the party or forget about his presidential ambition, which I think is dead on arrival. So all these guys, their ambitions are dead on arrival. And Nigerians should enforce an alternative, not expect an alternative. And the way to do is to have the elimination series. People that you are not voting for, that's where to start. Before you now start dealing with people that you may, or may not vote for in the next dispensation. And I think somehow I'm happy that the Tinubus of this world have rushed out of the closets Shivajo, even though he's doing it, it's usually a very, uh, very corny way of doing things. They have also come
So,
out, and
sure.
they're all,
Mhm.
yeah.
Let me.
So,
There's this personal
so we,
question I want to ask you. All right, like the last time you were here when we were talking about
yeah,
why are the majority of Nigerians who should also possibly be tired of this whole thing, brace up, right, and say enough, like for once. And we said, well, there are many factors to that. So I want to ask you this
yes,
personal, like, let's say you were not legally restricted to Abuja.
yeah.
Do you think you could have made enough progress than this, like you have been doing it right there in Abuja, even with the limitation? You have been showing that solidarity to all the victims of the oppression and this brutality of this government in Abuja with their limitation. Do you think it could have been a better thing for somebody like yourself if you have that access of going everywhere enough to encourage this kind of liberation, as you call it, revolution? Do you think?
You know, I have said this before, and I'll repeat again. My decision to stay back in Abuja was a personal decision.
Okay.
Even though I was restricted, I could have left if I wanted. So, but don't also forget that these last 2 years I've been in Abuja has been the years of COVID
Mm.
and several other issues, international issues associated with this pandemic. So staying back has really, really helped because if I hadn't been restricted to Abuja, I would have had to run away. And if I ran away, it would mean that I cannot be coming to Nigeria as I wanted because it would mean that I would have probably jumped bail. Uh,
Mm.
so yes, you're right. Staying in Abuja has helped me a lot. It's helped me, organize more than I probably would have organized on the ground.
Okay.
And it's helped me to confront these guys where they think they are not vulnerable. So we can look at each other's eyes, as I do on a daily basis, whenever it's necessary, going to police stations, going to the National Assembly,
Mm.
on the streets, toe to toe with them, fighting them, on TV, and fighting them in a way that people also, got emboldened to fight them in a way
So
that probably
it
fought
is a
them.
blessing in disguise,
I
then,
don't
is
like,
it?
yeah, I don't like to claim credit for answers, but I think people were generally worried until revolution now came on board, and a lot of people realized that, oh, after all, you can dare this man in his territory, and they saw that he was a coward, like every other despot is out there, and that got a lot of people bold enough to step out because they've seen us do it. When I was released from detention, they thought that either I'll run away or I'll just go and hide. When people discover that I'm not hiding, I come to court, I confront them. You arrest Yoruba people, we go there and get them bailed out. You arrest Biafrans, we are Biafrans. You arrest Shiites, we are Shiites. So, and it's helped a lot of people understand that they actually missed out in 2019 in not taking that bold step to have voted for me. Because had they voted for me in 2019 instead of giving us excuses that people were giving in those days,
Mm.
we would be in a different direction today. The Biafrans will be better off, the Yorubas will be better off, the Shiites will be better off, students will be better off, pensioners will be better off, children will be better off, women will be better off. There's
Mm.
nobody, there's no way Nigeria would not have been better governed by me. Uh, even if I was sleeping, even if I had to just walk from sleep, Nigeria
Mm.
would be better off than it is today, a million times.
Probably.
And I'm not bragging. There,
I mean,
areas where I could
anyone
show
will do
you,
better than these guys.
know,
These guys who
I
are going
think
to
people
probably,
understood.
yeah, spend most of their time taking care of
Well, but
themselves.
I don't want to,
Go on, sorry, go
I
on.
don't want to make a fleeting statement that anybody will be better than him. You
Mm.
understand? Most of the people that are out there will not have been better than him. People that we contested in 20, who I now know will not even be better than Buhari. Don't let us Everybody would have been better than,
So I
you
want to
know,
take you on. In fact, I want to
everybody
take you on
is not,
something. Show. I want to take you on something because
yes.
there's this amazing part of you that I actually love people to also always see every time if I have a chance of touching there. It's about your view. Now I'll start with this. Do you still really think you're going to run to be president of Nigeria, or I should hold you to your last word when you were here, not under this kind of arrangement? Give me the answer to that. Do you still see yourself as somebody who is going to run
Well, my last,
of
no, no,
Nigeria?
no, no. No, my last, no, no. My last word, if you play it back, when it got to the question of running, I
Yeah.
told you that I'd never stopped running, which
Mm.
is to say that I'm ready to run any time when
When
the
we say
conditions are
running,
right. And
sure.
the
When we say running,
conditions
are we
are
talking about
multifarious.
2023 now? Because this can possibly be
I understand what you're
next
trying to say.
Nigeria. Yeah. Tell
Yeah.
us, do you have a plan for 2023? Because I'll take you on it. I have my reason for asking,
What,
please.
so what I have not done is declare for 1990. I mean 2023. 23. Sorry, 2023.
Yeah.
But in terms of running, I never stopped running. I told that before, and this is
Sure,
not semantics.
sure.
I'm
Don't play
just telling you the
politics with
truth.
me.
The
You know
declaration
my
hasn't come.
question. You know my
No, no,
question,
it's
right?
not politics. The declaration hasn't come. The declaration hasn't come.
Okay,
I
should
know
I
where you're going.
maybe the way I disguise the question,
You
do
want
you
to
want me to
back me
rephrase?
against the wall
Do you want me
over
to rephrase?
whether I will
So,
run for.
let me rephrase.
Yes.
Do you want me to rephrase that question, right? The last time you were here
Go ahead.
in
Go
our
ahead.
conversation, you said, of course,
Yes.
you will not want to
Yes.
ever participate in the election, especially under this current arrangement, right? Which is already rigged, right? So now I'm asking again, okay, in 2023, would you be considering running when the system is still the system? Would you consider running? Maybe I should put it that way. Now you haven't declared, okay? Would you consider running?
Exactly. That's this is exactly you're asking me if I'm running. I told you I never stopped
Oh,
running.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
get
Okay,
that
would
very
you be
clear.
contesting to be
Right?
president?
Yes, I
Would
have
you
not
be
declared.
contesting to be president?
And running is dependent on a number of situational variables, or declaration is dependent on.
Okay, then please explain. Then please take us on that,
Yes,
please.
there's nobody that is better than me. I mean, looking at the field now, I don't see any person I will say, is competent to be president of Nigeria than myself. I'm talking about the field now,
Right.
considering those who have declared.
Good.
So I'm not saying that I'm the best, but at least I'm better than Tinubu, and I'm better than the coward in Abuja, the short man. Sorry, I'm not. Anyway, it's all people who are short.
Mm.
But so I'm a better Atiku, better than all jokers who are. In terms of declaration, I haven't. Or will I run? Definitely, and these are having amongst ourselves. I'm not saying consultations because that's an often abused word.
Right. Like you are offering yourself, you will be offering yourself, considering the current electoral debacle that you yourself said they are possibly going to send the water down. It's still the same system. Sure.
It's the same system, but what do you think I've been doing in the last 2 years is to change the system.
Hmm.
And the
And you're
system
convinced
we have to
enough to
change.
offer yourself again. Are you?
What do I do every day in this Abuja? I offer myself all kinds of roles. You can ask me to go and buy you kilishi. It will get to you. They arrest your brother, I'll get him out. If it's time to go and fight at National Assembly, I go there. In the courthouse, we're there. I don't know what else someone can do to offer himself better than what I've done in the last 2 years in this Abuja and in Nigeria. And I'm not the only one, by the way. There's a lot of all these young people who are out there fighting the system, who are fighting power. We're here to fight power. And, you can't keep fighting power and not have plans to take power. Otherwise, you continue to be a victim of the power that exists. So we're also organizing to take power from these people.
Yeah, sorry to cut you short there, Mr. President. Okay, AAC is still the political party. We all witnessed how they tried to hijack the party from you. You are still pretty much fighting for that. Well, we still talking about AAC.
That's correct.
And is AAC still on that good footing? Alternative. Go on.
We are completely in control of AAC. You know, what they're doing, which I've explained on this platform and everywhere, several, is that they are recognizing a supper. But, you know, the members of the party, the real owners of the party rejects that. And to clear that, we've gone to the Court of Appeal. Even at the Court of Appeal, INEC filed an appeal that says they agree with us that they had no rights whatsoever to have interfered in the internal affairs of the party. That is what they filed in the Court of Appeal. So in February, a final hearing will be done. I'm not in any way,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm not in any way telling you that I have so much trusted in the judicial system.
You do.
Yeah.
Great. So one of the problems that I part of the argument or the problem during the AAC time was the fact that you were the party chairman at the same time the party's ex-presidential candidates. So are we looking for something different now? Talking about this AAC as a platform that you probably will use again, right? So are we looking for a different person, or you're still going to be in that position yourself? Like, I don't know if that's frozen again. So sorry, guys. It might sound like I'm interrupting him. It's because of the delayed conversation, okay? There's a delay in that communication because of the network issue. So sorry if it keeps sounding like I am interrupting him. And if I don't do that, it's going to even be more awkward having this conversation, just so you know, okay? So the network has frozen again, and I'm just going to, I'm going to hang on for show to be back to us. All right. Now, the reason why it's so good that we're able to hear from Sowore today that it will still be taking a political journey in 2023 is significant for this conversation. Okay. Because, you know, I have my own reservation for the Revolution Now team. They have never, ever misspoke or mixed up their position. Okay, they said if this current system is not it's not overhauled or completely crushed, we will never ever be allowed to have Biafra or to have Yoruba nation. So many